Hi everyone, welcome to GTS Distributions Come and Play Day here in Seattle. My name is Rodney Smith from Watch It Played, and I've been joined by Ray Wehrs from Calliope Games. Hi Ray, how you doing?
I am doing wonderful, Rodney. Thanks for having me out today.
Hey, it's great to have you back. You've brought a game with you, and it is?
This is Got 'em.
It's Got 'em.
Got 'em is a game that's actually the best game that you can play to actually trap your friends.
Really? The best?
If you want to trap your friends, this is the game you want to do it with.
All right, well tell me, how does this work?
Okay, so Got 'em is a multiple choice strategy game. What you're going to try to do is completely trap your opponents by placing physical walls all the way around their pawn. Okay. As soon as all four walls are actually around that pawn, he's out of the game. And this game plays very well 2 to 4 players. You can play 3 players. You would think that it would be unbalanced because of the way the board is actually set up, but it's not. It actually plays extremely well.
Okay.
So the reason why I say it's multiple choice strategy, right, is because you have a deck of cards that actually give you the rules that you need when you're playing. Okay, so the cards will allow you to move up to 1, 2, or 3 squares. So this one allows you to move up to 3 squares. Here we can move up to 2 squares, and this one here is going to allow us to move up to 1 square. Okay, right. But you'll also see that each of the cards is a different color. That tells you what color of square you can place your wall on.
Okay, right? So if someone was playing this blue, you place your wall against one of the blue squares?
On any blue square.
Okay,
right?
Okay.
So again, the object of this game is to trap your opponents, right? And you're the last one standing. So this is a player elimination game.
Sure.
Right? But when you're done, you're still friends, right? And it's all about
maybe.
Right. You know, it's a good deal. This is a good deal. Like I said, this is the best game for trapping your friends.
All right.
Now there are other special cards that are in the deck. There are some cards that are basically wild cards and allow you to move through walls. Okay. And then there are other cards that will allow you to remove a wall from the board. Okay.
Someone's starting to pin you in. This might be the time.
Yep. Now the thing about these cards you have to remember is these are get out of jail free cards. They're not raise the dead cards. So if you actually have 4 walls around you, you cannot play this card and then come out of the game. Right. So once you're surrounded, you're surrounded.
Okay. Okay. Well, so what are the rules for movement? You said like some of these will let you go through a wall. So I'm assuming that means you can't normally go through a wall, right?
That's correct. So normally you cannot pass through the wall, or you cannot pass through another pawn. Okay. Also, it's orthogonal movement only, so you cannot move on a diagonal. So you can go left or right, but you can never go on a diagonal.
Now, will any size box trap an opponent? Let me just show you like what I mean. So if I had a box that was like
so you've got him corralled.
Almost, right? And then I drop this in here.
And he's still alive.
He's still alive. So I have to box him right in.
It is not until this happens that he's out of the game. Now, so you have to be very careful. So if you're in this situation, you just trapped yourself and you're both out. Right?
Yes, that would be the worst.
You have to, there's a lot of strategy in actually thinking about how you want to trap your opponents here. And because you don't know what's in their cards, right? They might have the ability to move through the wall or actually remove the wall from the board.
Okay.
So one last rule is that if you trap somebody, right, then let's say that we were yellow.
Yes.
I also then get to remove, as a reward, remove a wall from the board.
Okay, so if yellow traps somebody, then yellow takes a wall off. So maybe puts themselves in a more advantageous position if they were starting to get boxed in.
Exactly. So as the game progresses, it starts getting very, very tight.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Now, I noticed there's some spots here with these dots. That's the starting.
That is
I'm assuming
simply the starting position. Now, a lot of people will wonder about the white square in the middle.
Right.
The white square in the middle is actually the most hazardous space on the board. Now, you can run through it. Right?
Yeah.
It's not a space that you actually want to be sitting on for too long because every color is actually represented on that white space.
I see what you mean. Okay, so this is an easy box to trap in because so many different cards can affect it.
That's correct.
Right, okay. Well, we weren't going to leave you here without showing you at least a sample of the gameplay, right? So we've sort of set the board up, Ray. We've advanced the game a little bit. We've put some walls down. I'm blue.
Yes.
You're yellow.
Yes.
And we didn't mention this, but you have a hand of cards, right? You have 3 in your hand.
That's correct.
All the time.
That is correct.
So it's not just a random draw off the top and I'm forced to take that one. I actually have choices in my hand.
Absolutely. Yeah? And that's why this is multiple choice strategy.
Right. And I have a great choice in front of me. Do you mind if I go first in this
Not
little,
at all.
Scenario?
Have at it.
Okay. All right.
Because you're going down.
We'll see about that. I have got this one here. It is called, well, it's a green one. It says place a wall on any green square. Ray, you're getting yourself into a little trouble here. I don't know if you'd noticed, but you are about to be trapped, my friend.
I can feel the heat.
Yeah, I'm bringing the heat because look at this. My move is you may move your pawn up to 3 squares. Now it says up to. I don't have to move 3. I can move 1, 2, or 3. Correct?
That is absolutely true.
All right.
So
I'm going to go.
That's your option.
1, 2. Now, have I trapped you?
You have not trapped me, but you have gotten really close.
Right, because being here doesn't box you in. This being on the edge, this side is considered trapped or closed, right?
That is a wall.
But I am not a wall.
You are not a wall,
no.
so you need to be able to place this third wall here in order to eliminate me from the game.
Don't worry, it's coming.
But I can't move.
No, you can't. That's right, because you can't move through me.
That's right.
So I have
cannot
boxed
move
you in.
Okay, that's true.
Good. I'm going to draw a card at the end of my turn. I like how this is going so far.
Yeah.
All right.
However,
of course.
we do have get out of jail free cards,
Here it
right?
comes, of course.
And so with this card, it allows me to move up to 2 squares, but also move through walls, right?
Right.
So I'm going to head out in this direction. So I've moved my 2 squares.
And you're out.
And I've left you sitting there. But the other thing that's really cool about this is it allows me to put I think I'll go right here.
A wall on any square.
On any square. So I don't want you
What?
coming back after me,
What?
right? So
this is great because now I'm boxed in here.
Yeah.
I'm totally trapped up. Okay.
see how
Okay.
it reverses right
Yeah,
away,
I see
right?
how it reverses. Okay. Well, thanks, Ray. That was great. Now, listen, there's something else we need to show because this is not the complete game. This is one version of the game, right?
This
There's
is
more.
one version of the game. And so the really nice thing about this game is it appeals to people who are very casual, but it also appeals to people who are strategists. Okay. And so the way we did that is we have what we call the brainy side. So we've been playing the bright side of Gotham. Okay.
Right.
So the brainy side of Gotham, what we're going to do is the rules are the exact same, or the objective is the same.
Okay. Trying to trap. Right?
Trying to trap your opponent. Okay. Now you flip the board over, and what happens here now is that we, again, are starting on the starting positions, which are the dots, but there's really only 3 rules to this game.
Okay.
Okay. The first rule to the game is go ahead and place a wall anywhere on the board.
Okay.
Okay. And you can move your pawn, okay, up to 1 square.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the first.
So if it was my turn, again, so we ignore these cards. The cards are gone on the brain side.
The cards are gone.
Goodbye,
so
cards.
there are no cards in this game.
All right. So then I could go and place one, let's say, here. All right. And now I can move.
Yes.
I believe there's a little bonus if you're next to a wall. Am I right?
That is correct.
How does that work?
So the way it works is that if you have a wall on your pawn, you're able to move the number of spaces equal to the number of walls plus 1 additional space.
Okay, so I can move 1 automatically and then 1 additional because I was beside a wall here. Okay,
right.
So if there had been a second wall and I was the yellow pawn, say in this case, I'd
Then you
go
get 3.
1, 2, 3, something like that.
Perfect, exactly.
Okay.
Right?
Interesting.
So the only other rule to this game is that during the first round of gameplay, not a single pawn can end that round with more than 1 wall on it. That just prevents everybody from ganging up on each other during the first round, right?
Okay.
But after that, the gloves come off, and then it's
on.
game on, buddy. You know, and so we're going down, or you're going down anyway.
Probably me. Probably me. Who are we kidding here, right?
Yeah, but it's a great game.
So that's nice. So there's 2 different versions. We got a colorful side. And then we got the brainier side.
That's
here,
right.
Where it's not the cards dictating. Now you have to choose.
Yeah, and so there's the luck is completely removed from the side of the game.
Right.
And also the strategies when you're playing will completely change, because when you're playing the bright side of Gotham, you're always trying to place a wall on your opponent's pawn, right? Well, on this side, because you get to move faster, you're placing walls on yourself, right?
Right. I might choose to do this just so that I can move now a total of 4.
4 squares, exactly.
Right,
now,
interesting.
There's a lot of danger in that.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. But if you can get away, then you might have saved yourself too. Interesting. Okay,
so
Ray,
very,
cool.
very unique dynamic.
All right. Well, Ray, thank you very much for this excellent overview of Gotham. I think I've got it.
It's actually my pleasure. I love the game, and I'm sure your viewers will too. So.
Oh, excellent. Listen, I know that you brought with you a little treat, because the last time you were here, the game that we talked about together was Roll For It.
It is.
And that game has been going like gangbusters.
You know, it's one of the hottest games we have. So we did something very, very special for a unique event that's coming up very soon here in August.
You going to tell us about it?
I just so happen to have.
He is going to tell us about it. Okay, good.
For GenCon, we are going to be doing a limited edition version of Roll For It. What we did is we actually licensed all the GenCon characters.
Yes.
And we embedded them into the game. So on the front of the tin,
right.
You have all the characters that are in the story arc for the GenCon story. But we took it further than that. We made it very beautiful.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ooh, look at this. Look at this bag. That's embroidered,
So,
Ray.
Yep. Yeah, it's embroidered and it's crushed velvet, right?
Very nice.
It will actually be blue, a royal blue when it comes out.
Okay.
The inside of the tin is also flocked, so that you can actually roll your dice into it.
Oh, is this like a little dice tray?
That's
for the
exactly
game?
what we got.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, my goodness.
So when you're traveling, you can go ahead and roll them in.
Oh, that is pretty cool. I like that. Okay.
Right. We also included both decks.
Yes.
Within the game. So instead of having the purple and red, you now have gold and silver, and it represents the two decks that are normally available.
All right.
We also did the art.
Whoa.
With the GenCon characters.
Yes, and the rest of it, this is like the
Calliope art.
Yeah,
so we're trying to pull it all together, and the dice that are actually in the game now will accent the cards themselves.
Wow.
So in the tin, you're going to get 60 cards, so you get both decks. You're going to get 48 dice. You're going to get the dice bag, and really what the dice bag is for, I think this is important. If it's just you and I playing, right, and we're on a plane, what do we do with the rest of the dice?
Yeah, I don't know. What do we do with them?
So we're going to
throw them in the bag.
Put them in the bag, along with one deck, because you're only going to use one deck to play with.
Right.
So the bag is specifically designed to hold the remainder dice and a single deck of cards. We're very proud of it. GenCon has been very, very good to us, and this will only be available at GenCon.
Okay.
So you'll need to come by our booth and say hello, and we'll have them there. So Roddy, do you really want one of these? Do you really want one?
Yes, I do, Ray. I do really want one. No, I really do think this is a beautiful presentation of the game here. Really, I'm really impressed.
We sincerely appreciate that. So we'll do something special for you, right? Not only will we give you one copy, but we will give your viewers an opportunity to get one for nothing from Watch It Played. We will we'll donate 5 of them to the Watch It Played
Wow,
show,
Ray, that is so nice. Wow.
So that you can go ahead and do a contest and get them out there, and we'd love to hear the stories about it.
Okay, so whether or not you can get to Gen Con, we'll have an opportunity for you to get one of these. That's super. I'm so glad you're going to give me one too, because I would have been super jealous if I had to give away all of them, I have to say.
We will give you one.
Okay, well, I'm going to come by the booth anyway at Gen Con and see how you're doing. I have no doubt these are going to go really, really quickly. Ray, thanks so much again for coming by, showing us this very cool implementation of Roll For It. It's just always a treat to talk with you.
Well, it's
really
my
is.
pleasure. Thank you for taking the time.
Okay, and thanks all of you as well for watching.